So personally, I don't believe that every kind of feedback is going to be useful, whether it's shaping culture or whether it's helping people grow. What we need to make sure is that feedback is given in a way that is beneficial. And when I started researching what are the principles that we should be sticking to make sure that we don't lose our way, right?
What role does feedback now play in reinforcing that culture?
So, feedback obviously is very important in reinforcing a culture, in driving performance, in helping people grow. It's something that I think we wildly acknowledge as something crucial for a successful organization. And clearly, it plays an important role in cultivating a culture as well. So, personally, I don't believe that every kind of feedback is going to be useful, whether it's shaping culture or whether it's helping people grow. What we need to make sure is that feedback is given in a way that is beneficial. And when I started researching what are the principles that we should be sticking to make sure that we don't lose our way, right? I think the first thing that I started challenging is the unsolicited feedback. So people are told you need to give feedback to your team members. And so whether they want it, whether they ask for it, we offer it often without asking, is it a good time to have this chat, or would you like to hear my view on that? I wonder, what would happen if we could flip it and instead of that, start cultivating a culture where people start asking for feedback and soliciting feedback themselves. And that has a number of benefits. Number one, when you ask for feedback, you ask probably for information that you consider is going to be useful for you. It's somewhat aligned with what you are working on and where your focus is, and the kind of information that you can absorb now because you are looking for it. Second thing, when you ask for feedback, you usually ask people that you trust, you have some sort of relationship with, and whose opinion you value. So it's important because obviously if it's coming from someone that you trust, who's credible in your eyes, it's going to land differently, right? And I think thirdly, when you solicit feedback, what you are doing is you are embracing a behavior that you want to see more of in your organization, which is people being growth focused, humble enough to ask others for their views on how they can improve. So I'd very much like to see teams who agree this is the culture that we want. I'd very much like them to start, instead of giving unsolicited feedback to people, for everyone, including leaders. That's incredibly important, and probably actually leaders should go first. And the reality is that feedback and giving people feedback is a privilege. It's not a right. And it's a trust-based privilege. So in order to be in a position to give someone feedback that is going to be effective, we first need to have a track record of truly caring about their growth and development and their success. If you don't have that track record, there's no trust in your relationship, and whatever you say and however eloquent you're going to be in how you convey this message, it is not going to land with our recipient.
Feedback is not about you, it's about them and about what is going to serve them well. To remember that you are a human being, you have bias, whether you like it or not, you have bias, you have perceptions. So your perception of what good looks like may not match the good that they were looking for.